welcome back to my channel. This is Gabby of Garbie'Signature. Today I'm going to be taking you on Foundation 101, which is a very important step in applying your makeup. Right now I have my foundation set, my concealing, highlight, my setting powder, my face powder, my powder contour, and I'm good to go. I look absolutely flawless and perfect. This is the perfect base you want to use at all times. If you want to learn more about this, kindly keep watching. So I have noticed one problem with a lot of people, and it's not about throwing shade or trying to be shady, it's about getting the facts right. I want us to know that on this channel you can be vulnerable with each other and we can, correct each other in love. One thing I have noticed about my sisters out there is your foundation shade is wrong. It's wrong. I said it. You have to get the right foundation shade. If I want to get my sisters out there, looking cute, smart, put together, and their shades not tan skin or shades lighter than their body. Different types of foundation that you can use. We have high-end foundations and we have drugstore affordable foundations. But in all of this, the only similarity that all of these foundations that I've mentioned have is the fact that they have to match you. So even if you're using an high-end foundation and it's not matchy, it's like, why did you waste your money? And with that being said, I'm just going to show you a couple of foundations and what they look like on my skin. The first foundation I'm going to be reviewing is this Lancome Tint Idol foundation in the shade 470. Watching it on this corner of my cheeks, swatch. So one thing you want to note about foundations is you want them to be pretty close to your skin color or a little bit darker. So if you look at this is a little bit light. If you compare it to my neck, by the time I'm done blending out, it's going to be whiter than my skin color, and we don't want that. It's lovely, it's high-end, it is not my proper shade. This probably was my shade at the highest point of winter last year, but this year it's not my shade. I don't know what's going on, but that being said, I'm not going to be using it. And if I'm going to be using it, I'll probably use it when I wouldn't be let's say contouring and highlighting, because by the time I'm done highlighting, it's like, girl, I'm going to be 50 shades lighter. We don't want that. The next I'm going to be showing you is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tint Moisturizing Gel Cream. I'm not a fan of this because I just didn't like the way it felt. Really, I think I'm going to give this out. I just didn't like the way it felt on my skin. Look there. Either way even lighter than the Idol. I feel like now that I'm looking at the Idol, it's oxidizing and almost getting to my skin color. It's not the way I want it to be, so it's a no for me. And when you're testing your foundation to make sure it's your skin color, you want to test it on your chin here, so it's closer to your neck. A lot of the times our faces, especially for melanin women, our face is usually darker because we have hyperpigmentation going on, so you'd like to match it pretty close to your neck, like so. The next one I'm going to be going in is going to be the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and this is the Dewy Smooth Normal to Dry in the shade 355 Coconut. This is pretty close to my skin tone, even though it has like a cool tone going on, but it's not my exact skin tone shade. It looks a bit darker, but if I'll be going for anything, I would rather go for this that is much darker, because when I blend it out, it looks much more similar to my skin tone, and that's the only reason why I'll be choosing it. And most of the time I love to go for darker shades of foundation, not necessarily my skin tone, because it's very rare to get my skin tone color of foundation. So I'll go just a tad bit darker, just like you see here. I do that because when I'm done highlighting and contouring, my face is just going to rhyme together. The next I'm going to be showing you is the MAC Poreless Normal to Oily foundation. This is the shade Warm Coconut in 356, and I'm just going to be swatching it just by the Idol tint over here. As you can see, it's almost similar to this, but this feels a bit brighter. Now that I'm looking at it, the Idol is weirdly oxidizing and becoming almost my skin shade, but for some reason whenever I use it, I really just don't fancy the way it comes out. So the next one I'm going to be going for is the Fit Me Dewy Smooth foundation in the shade 330 Coffee. It looks bright. It looks like, ugh. Look, I said it. Look on my neck, it actually even shows like a white cast. So I know a lot of people usually go for this color, you shouldn't go for colors like this that are brighter. I'd rather you go for this or this, because when you're done blending it, it all looks much better. Always remember that one secret to your foundation is it's better for your foundation to be a shade darker than for your foundation to be lighter. A shade lighter is a disaster, but a shade darker is pretty much okay. So in all of this, I'm just going to go in with the Maybelline Matte Poreless Normal to Oily Skin in the shade 356 Warm Coconut, and I'm going to be showing you what it looks like. If you've watched till here and you're already subscribed, kindly give me a thumbs up and click the subscribe button right now. Don't forget to turn on your post notification bell over my face, but right now I'm just going to go in with my brush and I'm just dabbing it in. If you look closely, you will see that my skin is beginning to come together. I'm using my foundation brush and I'm just going in a dab motion like so. If you compare it, you see that my skin is settling in. It looks a bit reddish. That's fine. I'm going to correct it with my eyeliner contour. So I'm done applying the foundation. If you can see, my face is looking a little bit, bitty bit darker. That's fine. It's not necessarily darker, but it's not like the same matchy with my neck. By the time I'm done highlighting and contouring, you'll see the huge difference. To highlight my face, I'm going in with the LA Girls concealer in the shade Fawn, and this is just like a tad bit shade lighter than me. It's like my own perfect concealer shade. So even with my skin tone, you're already feeling it. It's not looking like, you know, shades lighter than my skin. We really don't want that. Whenever you're doing your makeup, you want it to be very close to your skin tone, or just a tad bit darker. Under no circumstance do you want your foundation to be lighter than your skin. You want it to be the same shade, because when you highlight, it brings the color back. If you can see, you would see that the contour, the highlight is bringing in some colors, and this is like super light, not too much products going on my face. And the fact that my shade is a bit darker, it's already giving me some shadows on my face. This is that I've highlighted, you see that they're popping and they're looking, you know, cute already. The secret of having a perfect foundation, you always want to match. You don't want to be shades off your original shade, no. And this is going to give you a skin-like finish, which is what you always want to achieve. Just going to set my face. You necessarily don't want to bake so much. You just want to go in, and you're going in right now because you're just setting in the powder. You're setting in the concealer that you use. Try when you do this. This is like your perfect foundation shade. This is without any eyeshadow conflicting with anything, so you can actually see this live and direct. You can see that it's like being effortless. When you've got this in your foundation routine, I'm telling you, you can create any looks you want, and you master the shade, the method of putting on your eyeshadow well, you're going to see that your looks are going to come out looking like just come out from a movie set. Okay, now if I want to just go into like do my eyeshadow or anything, I'm just going to go in and set underneath my eye because of any fallout. This is the perfect foundation shade you want. I hope you guys loved watching me create this. If you have questions or comments, or you don't like something I did, kindly drop it in the comment section. I want to hear from you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Till next time, bye guys.